And it looks like we are off.
Here we go. World 1-1. Definitely first thing to do is to avoid the piranha plant here.
Lawso taking it a little bit safer there, taking the bump against the pipe.
Yeah, exactly. You could pretty much do that either way. You saw Cujo kind of just jump over the piranha plant while kind of doing a little bit of a left and right motion there. Both of them getting through 1-1 fairly smoothly, just about roughly a second or two apart.
Entering 1-2, there's a few different ways to get P-Speed on this level. We see Lawso actually get P-Speed a little bit earlier than Cujo. Cujo still not managed to pick up his P-Speed. See a little bit of a butt slide action from him, and Lawso going to be taking an early lead out of 1-2.
Yeah, 1-2 is like one of those difficult levels where it's kind of like sub-pixel based when you like run up the hills a little. So you slowly gain P-Speed that way, and just maintaining it the entire way is really good to have. So Lawso did a great job on that.
Cujo doing the waffle jump in the first fortress of the game there. Gained a little bit of time against Lawso there, but not enough to overcome that small lead just yet. Still plenty of race left, though, so the lead doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah, you can kind of see Lawso took damage intentionally. Doesn't really want to have the leaf going forward, except for a few levels later in the game. But having the leaf will actually make him slower, so it's better to like get rid of the leaf in most situations, and just to like get better speed that way.
You see, Lawso got caught up a little bit on one of the ledges there, and Cujo actually managing to take it back by just a second or two. And Cujo will have to fight this Hammer Brother first. Lawso will be waiting till after this level to fight the Hammer Brother.
Yeah, there's actually a specific spot where the Hammer Brother like should be in order to get a Fire Flower early on rather than waiting at the airship. So unfortunately, Cujo had to fight him a little early. Lawso does not get that same luck either, so he's going to have to fight the bro and not get Fire Flower right away.
Neither player having trouble getting P-Speed in 1-6, which is what you like to see. That can be a little bit tricky there with the one block gap on the last long platform before the big jump.
Both of them getting the jump.
Yeah, you really hate to see if one or both players fail to get that, but both experienced players, no problem.
Now we see the king turn into a dog. I believe that's Rupert's dog. Kind of looks sort of similar to him.
I think that's the lore. That's the lore that I know.
Alright, so we are at the first of many auto-scrollers in this game, the first world airship. You can get a Fire Flower here, which is very useful to do the fire kills on the Koopa Kids. See both of them pick it up. They're very close to each other right now. It's like Cujo has a little bit of a lead over Lawso at the moment. It's not by much. He's going to go for a fire kill here on... I always get the Koopa Kids' names confused. Is this Larry?
I believe this is Larry, yes.
Okay. I keep on forgetting, so it's like...
Larry's kind of like the normal sounding name that doesn't really fit, so I always question myself. Like, Larry, that just sounds like a 40-year-old man's name. I'm not quite sure if that's correct.
Yeah, exactly. And here we go. The king's back to normal. Both of them get out of World 1 pretty nicely. Just very close to each other, about 2 seconds or so apart. Heading into World 2, which is Desert Land. So now we see 2-1 here. It's kind of a bit of a tricky level to get P-Speed early on. And just to maintain it as well, because there's like various obstacles in the way, like that fire guy that's been kind of hopping around.
Yeah.
Looks like both of them gets through it fairly easily, so very nice job from both of them.
When Chuck Attacks is in the chat right now calling for the first tie of the tournament. We'll see if that happens. I wouldn't be surprised.
Would be very cool to see. I don't think we've ever seen a tie in this game before.
Yeah, ties pretty rare in games that take this long to beat, but you never know.
Yeah. See, both of them get through 2-2 as well. They did a butt slide in order to gain momentum because there's like no way to get P-speed in this level. And there is a platform that seems like a magnetic pole if you like get stuck on it. So they would have to like jump off right away and then just maintain that speed that they build up from the slide and then just land on the platforms, jump off of them, and then land on the Koopa that's towards the end.
We're seeing Lawso doing a little bit of a tricky strat, getting P-speed earlier than Cujo in the first room. I don't know if Cujo got P-speed at all in the first room, unless it was at the very end and I missed it.
He probably caught it like within the end of it, and then he's maintained to keep P-speed coming out of the pipe. So, and then we see that they did a fire kill on Boom Boom. It takes 5 fireballs to kill him, as compared to stomping on him 3 times, which is a lot slower. So it's much beneficial to have Fire Flower against the boss fights. Let me see a red rocket here. I still don't know a lot about the red rocket. I just barely started learning about it.
Yeah, I actually never used this strat and never actually seen it myself. Looks like it's not working out for Lawso too well. Losing his Fire Flower there at the end with it. So he's gonna have to stop and get that back somewhere.
Yeah, and we did notice that with the red shell, it was actually ricocheting much faster than normal, like when you stomp and kick a shell. So I believe it's like when you have P-speed and then you just kick the shell, it just like maintains that P-speed to like kind of ricochet and break the blocks. So it was actually a lot quicker to do that rather than just wait around for the green guy. The green Koopa.
The more you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just throwing things out there. I'm still like very new to that strat. So.
I'm just gonna assume you know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
for commentary's sake.
We'll go with that. All right, so we see Cujo's going to 2-4 while Lawso's going to 2-5. 2-4 is actually faster, but a little more trickier of a level. While 2-5 is pretty safe in terms of obtaining P-speed and just finishing the level throughout. It's not many obstacles in that one.
Yeah, I think we saw him go up there to chase down this Hammer Brother.
Oh,
it looks like switch. Yeah, Lawso getting the Hammer Brother switching on him. So, okay, you only want to really want to fight the Hammer Bro with the hammer in World 2, and it looks like both players are gonna get away with just fighting the one bro. If you do end up fighting the other bro, he gives you a music box, which you can use to put the bros to sleep later on. You'll get another music box from Princess Toadstool anyway after beating one of I think it's the World 2. Is it this airship? I forget which airship gives it to you.
I believe it's this one. Could be wrong. Someone can correct me.
No, I think this one's a Cloud. Because you use the Cloud in World 3, yeah. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right. They'll get it after World 3. Alright, so both of them heading into the second airship. There we go, Mr. Cab with the correction. World 3. Thank you, sir. Shoutouts to Mr. Cab.
Yo, shoutouts to Cab.
Alright, so this second airship, you'll kind of notice that the bullet bills are shooting. Like when Mario's like close to the proximity of the bullet bill cannon, it doesn't tend to shoot. So they can basically stand next to the cannons and then the bullet bills won't shoot at all. But when they're like at a certain distance from it, it'll just start shooting. So they can easily snipe you in this level.
Yeah, it's kind of one similarity between SMB3 and SMB1 is how the piranha plants react when they're in the pipes and how the bullet bills react when you're close to them.
Yeah. Alright, so this second Koopa kid, I believe it's Morton, that's the name. He's kind of like a big dude, but he doesn't really have like the heavies in him. He's kind of like a cruiserweight, like just barely breaking that mark. So you don't really see like a shaking mechanic, which you'll actually see later on in the game. Despite being a big
good
boy.
Fire kill on Morton there.
Yeah.
Also taking it a little bit safer with the jump kill. Looks like both runners are about 10 seconds apart after World 2, with Cujo being in the lead. Going into World 3. Now, World 3 is pretty tricky with the Hammer Bros in the overworld. You can get what's called a runaway Hammer Bro, in which you'll probably see a player. Hopefully, we won't get this because it's a terrible thing to happen. But if that happens, you'll probably see one of these players take an intentional death to try to reset the bridges in the overworld. Ideally, you're going to fight both bros before, is it 3-6, I believe?
I think
or I guess
so,
3-8. Yeah, 3-6. So you don't want to play 3-6 because it's an auto-scroller. So hopefully before both players get to that point, they will have fought both Hammer Bros and not died.
Alright, so we got 3-2 coming up on Cujo's screen here, which is one of the more tougher levels to get P-Speed. Because it's just a really dumb level, but he gets P-Speed pretty easily.
He gets it. Can he keep it? Oh! He kept it.
It's kind of weird with the water. It's like when you have P-Speed and you just like jump in the water, it somehow maintains it for a little while until you lose it. And Lawso is having a little bit of a difficulty in 3-2, already being small, but you should be able to get through it pretty good here.
He is
kind of a scary moment.
He's gonna wish he had that fire flower going into the next few levels, but he'll be glad to at least make it out of this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Cujo doing a great job on 3-3.
Yeah, kept P-Speed the entire way. Let's see what Lawso's gonna do here. Is he gonna grab the mushroom in this one? No, he forgoes the mushroom. You got to keep an eye on the bros on both players' side here.
No third door from Cujo. I'm a little bit disappointed, given that he's got a little bit of a lead now.
I wonder if Lawso's going to go for it. Probably not.
Who knows?
Alright, Boom Boom's down for Cujo. Looks like the bros are being nice for him. So he gets the hammer bro. And he's going to go on to 3-4.
It looks like he's going to have pretty good bro luck. But I won't. Hopefully I'm not jinxing it yet.
Alright, looks like Lawso's going to play 3-4 first before fighting the bro. I think he's going to try to chase the right one before it runs away.
Yeah, I think he's going to stop and get 2 power-ups in this level, I would imagine. Yeah, there's the second
Fire Flower here.
Fire Flower is something you really want to have going into the auto-scroller of this level. Wendy is much easier to kill with fire than she is with the jump kills, so...
There you go. Cujo clouding 3-6, heading into 3-8 with Boss Bass. See a second round of them. So Lawso catches the bro that was close to running away, so he shouldn't have any issues skipping 3-6 now. So he's going to go back and fight the other bro to pull the bridge down so he's able to skip.
That's you don't see many players do that often, but that's kind of a pretty smart play just to make sure he doesn't get that runaway bro on accident.
Yeah, there has been instances where you kind of like overlook that bro, then all of a sudden he'll just kind of go off screen, and then you would have to like enter 3-6, take the death, and then you won't have fire for a while unless you take your time to get the power-ups back. But it would be more of a dangerous situation to be in when you're going up against Wendy at that moment.
I was kind of watching Lawso there, but I'm assuming, did Cujo get the H jump?
Yeah, he did.
We'll see Lawso going for the H jump as Cujo making his way, pulling out with a little bit of a lead here, making his way into the airship of World 3.
Lawso's gonna get the H jump as well.
No problem.
Should maintain fire here while Cujo's just entering the airship. I'm gonna see Wendy very shortly. Now, thankfully, with Wendy's fight, she is on flat ground. However, instead of throwing the magical circles or whatever they're called, she actually throws rings around. and they kind of bounce from the floor to the walls to the corners and such. So it's much better to have fire, and it is actually a pretty straightaway kill to get this. If you didn't have fire, in that case, you'll have to stomp on her head. And sometimes, like, once she retracts from the shell, she will throw another ring, which actually has like priority over Mario stomping on him. So it's much better to have Fire Flower in this case. So we're going to see Cujo tackle that on.
10 fireballs to kill each Cujo doing a great job finishing Wendy off very quickly there.
So looks like he grabbed it with a 1536 on the clock. Lawso's getting close to that point. Very good roll 3 from Cujo.
Yeah, we'll see Cujo making his way into Big World, World 4. All the enemies are huge. Everyone kind of loves World 4 as a kid.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
It's got some very tricky speed strats in it, but it's still a pretty fun one. A lot of good speed levels in this one.
Alright, Lawso grabs the axe. I believe he grabbed it at 16-16, if I saw correctly. While Cujo gets the P-Speed strat in 4-1. Now Cujo's heading into 4-2. We're going to see a despawn strat here with the ice blocks. Just kind of notice how he stomped and... Oh, he didn't grab an ice block. Maybe
just proving you wrong.
Yeah, I'm assuming he missed it, but... Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Also taking a little bit of a different P-Speed strat in 4-1, grabbing the red shell. Makes it a little bit easier.
Pixel. Oh!
He hit the pixel, and I think it just kind of threw off his rhythm, and he ended up dying in 4-1. You hate to see that.
That's rough. Alright, Cujo's in 4-3, which is arguably a lot of people's favorite stage because of how P-Speed flows very smoothly in this level once you get it. You can see Cujo handling it very well. While Lawso takes another death in 4-1.
Yeah, he stopped to get a mushroom and lost it pretty instantly.
Oh no.
Hopefully we'll see him make it through it on this time. The shell kind of getting away from him there, so he can't use that shell strat again this time around.
Gonna have to finish the level normally, while Cujo picks up the Cloud Bro.
Yeah, the Cloud Bro is really the only bro that most high-level runners want to fight in this world. You'll probably see him try to skip the other two Hammer Brothers, or put him to sleep with a music box. But I guess he didn't get the extra music box, so I don't know if he'll do that. He may save the music box for World 5 and try to get the P-Wing in this world.
Alright, so we see Lawso in 4-2. He picks up the mushroom in this level, using one of the ice blocks to hit the block open. Alright, Cujo puts the bros to sleep, so it looks like he's gonna aim... I'm assuming he'll aim to pick up the P-Wing in World 5 and try to avoid the Star Bro in the ground section. And the bros are dancing for Lawso. Now he's heading into 4-3. Let's see if he gets the P-Speed strat here.
Nice coin count, by the way.
Very nicely done from Lawso.
Yeah, back on track there for Lawso. Meanwhile, Cujo getting a pretty difficult P-Speed strat in the fortress here, 4F2.
It's funny, that fortress, it kind of looks like a face in Boom Boom's room. So you got the eyes and like the nose, and then there's like these little blush cheeks on the side.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed that as well. I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, sometimes I'll notice things in this game. Alright, Cujo, heading into World 4 Airship. It's probably a good time for you folks to, like, you know, grab a bag of popcorn, you know, take a break, stretch, you know, because this is like one of the longest airships in the game because it's very slow. It's roughly about 2 minutes or so because it moves at, I believe, from what Lawso said, it was like 15 pixels per second or so. I don't know, he can probably correct me on here.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's really slow. Yeah, Lawso making some dodges there.
That was almost a snipe. Oh my gosh.
Cujo getting his coin count exactly where it needs to be as well.
There we go. That's the perfect coin count. Alright, Lawso opts to put the bros to sleep as well. So maybe he might be banking on grabbing the P-Wing in World 5 and avoid the Star Bro as well.
Okay, you'll see him get a mushroom here and use the star, and he'll be able to pick up his fire flower in the next level.
There you go, Glib with the confirmation. 15 pixels per second.
Blistering 15
pixels. So that's how fast this airship goes.
That's pretty close to the speed of sound, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Probably. I mean, I don't know if Sonic can be really that fast, but...
I mean, it is your name, so...
Yeah,
shouldn't you know about the speed of sound? I think that's... 15 pixels per second sounds about right to me.
Yeah, that's pretty much as fast as I can go. Ooh, Cujo's gonna have to go through the flamethrower gauntlet here. He was trying to jump off that flamethrower cannon to jump to the top to be on the safe side. But he should be coming out just fine, no biggie. So this one's Iggy, right?
This is Iggy.
No biggie, this is Iggy, there we go. Kind of going for the stomp strats here. Maybe he didn't get a good pattern that he envisioned, so just went for the stomps. Now, Lawso starting the blistering 15 pixels of speed airship.
If you have anything better you want to do right now,
now's the time.
Now's the time to do it, except Cujo's about to enter World 5.
So it's better for you to like stay here now. Because we get to see more of the game.
Yeah. 5-1 is going to be pretty straightforward. Just jumping. You're probably not going to see him get P-Speed until the very end. Is there even a P-Speed strat for this?
I believe there is. I think I may have seen Mitch get it a couple times, but it's very dumb how it works. But he ends up getting P-Speed towards the end, which isn't too bad. But just that climb.
The next level coming up for Cujo is going to be a level, it's pretty straightforward except for one little bounce, and we've seen a few players in this tournament. Here comes the bounce, and he makes the bounce
gets it just
nicely.
Fine.
If you don't get that, you're playing the lower part of the level, which I didn't even know existed, personally. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I remember as a kid I went to that because I didn't know about going the top route at the time, and it is a pit of this. We call it the pit of despair, or at least what I've heard. And I believe Cujo actually routed out the bottom portion of the level, and he said it's actually a lot faster just to take a death instead of playing through the entire level because of all the obstacles that are in there as well as enemies. Because you got those little guys that throws ice blocks in there, and then it's just a mess of a level.
Playing through Cujo playing through the ground fort of World 5. A lot of people's favorite fortress, just the way it looks, jumping through the waffles around the photoboos under the swamps. It's a really neat level with a nice flow to it.
Yeah, very good fort from Cujo. Looks like he's gonna get the P-Wing, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the bros. That's not the one he wants, though.
He's gonna have to choose here. The other bro goes away, so he's just going to go to the tower now. So a bit unfortunate there, trying to get the P-Wing bro. But I believe it switched on him before one of the levels that he entered, so I'm not sure if he actually caught that. As we see Lawso traversing through 5-1. Getting through it just fine.
See, Cujo with a 77 coin count here. He's got to be careful. He'll have a chance right here in this room to correct that. You really don't want to have double the amount of coins, and what happens is you possibly can get an airship. As we see Lawso making the bounce as well, so no pit of despair today.
Very good. Alright, Cujo making through 5-4, which is one of my least favorite levels in the game because of how easy it is to die in that level.
Yeah, the spinners in that level cause a lot of lag, as well as the waterfall. And it seems like that level, more than any other level, is more likely to give you a missed input on the NES version.
Alright, so Lawso heading into the first 4 to World 5. He's gonna get the P-speed easily here. While Cujo finishes 5-5. Now we're gonna see him going to 5-7. Gonna try to keep P-speed in this entire level.
Yeah, it's another fun level to use P-speed in. Really, almost every level that has a P-speed strat. Once you know it, it's really fun to just play all the levels with P-speed. I didn't actually see if Lawso got the P-wing there.
No, he got the star. He basically got the same pattern as Cujo, so he's gonna skip and go into the tower. I believe the bros switched on Lawso as well, so. Now, in the fort that Cujo's in, or it's about to exit, there is actually a clip you can do, but it's very risky because if you miss it, you'll just die instantly, but it does save about 6 seconds.
Yeah, we actually, I believe, saw Svene do that last week at some point in a tournament race. Went for it, got it.
Yeah, that
not
was
recommended. Not recommended to go for it, but if you get it, it's like ultimate swag.
Yeah. I mean, especially the interior of that castle. I mean, can you imagine having a lava ceiling? Like, you know, we see all these potaboos just kind of fall down from the ceiling while you're, like, in the comfort of your own home. Well, I wouldn't really say it's comfort because, you know, you're surrounded by fire all over the place with lava. I like to call it marinara sauce because that's what it looks like.
Marinara sauce, ragu.
Ragu, yeah.
All sorts of good names for it. Maybe it is. Maybe it is marinara sauce.
Just very deadly.
Deadly marinara sauce, which, you know, Mario being Italian, you'd think he would be cool with it, so I guess it must be lava now that we're using our skills of deduction here. Deductive reasoning.
There we go. Alright, so Cujo's in the airship now. You can get a fire flower in this level in case you don't have it, so which is really nice to have, especially fighting against Roy, who's a big boy.
Big boy Roy. Yo, Lawso with a ground clip there on accident.
Shoutouts to hitboxes in this game.
The hitboxes in this game are a lot of times merely a suggestion.
A lot of times very non-existent as well. But thankfully it didn't really affect him, like losing fire, so should be good here.
No clip from Lawso.
Yeah, Lawso's gonna go through the ragu room here.
A little bit of a turn back there. A couple turnbacks.
Cujo going for the fire kill against Roy.
Just fire to the face. No mercy. It's a 2859 wand grab from Cujo.
Yeah, so he got a good pattern against Roy. Roy didn't actually jump, because if he did, he can actually create a stun lock when he shakes the ground, and Mario gets stuck there for a good couple seconds, making him vulnerable.
Yeah, you really don't want to be standing on the ground when Roy lands.
Yeah.
We'll see that from one other Koopaling in World 7, which is Ludwig, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Meanwhile, if you see Lawso's background on the dark levels, RIP Franker Z. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that yet, but
I didn't notice that.
It's on there.
Yeah, I do know that Lawso usually has like pictures like whenever the screen goes black, but I did not catch that. Now I see it. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Never forgotten, Franker Z.
Exactly. Shout out to Franker Z.
We're gonna see Cujo use a star strat to kill the first Boom Boom in World 6 here. It should make it there with no problem. Makes Boom Boom, makes a quick work of Boom Boom.
Orb.
Do we do that in the Mario 3 community? I didn't know that.
I think just for that one.
Okay.
Alright, Cujo going through 6-4 as small.
Yeah, you'll see most players go through this level as small after taking that double damage boost in the previous fort. He will be using a P-Wing on the next stage. It's one of the only stages, the one coming up in 6-5, that requires vertical flight to advance through the game.
Alright, Lawso choosing to do the stomp strats on Roy. I think he grabbed the wand at 3109 or 3110. As we see on Cujo's screen, he did despawn one of those nippers. Basically what he did was, while having the P-Wing on, he did a specific setup where you have to like tail whip one of the, I keep forgetting, Buster Beetles or something?
Yeah, Buster Beetles sounds right to me.
Yeah, so he kills one of those and he has to run down a hill and then jump. And then he's able to despawn one of those nippers. There is a way to actually despawn both of them, but I don't know that setup very well.
I think that involves picking up one of the ice blocks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that one's a little more harder strat to do. We did see Cujo grab the hammer from one of the hammer bros and skip the other one using the screen transition. Very nicely done. We're going to see Lawso go into 6-4-1. Going to do the double D boost strat here. Alright, Cujo's in 6-8, using one of the ice blocks to get rid of a few of the nippers to pick up P speed and go for the H jump. Very well done. And since I don't think he has a P-Wing in his disposal, I'm not sure if he's going to go to 6-9.
I did see him practicing the wall jump earlier.
Oh, he does have an extra P-Wing.
He does have a P-Wing, okay. I was going to say, he's not going into 6-9 as... he's going in as Big Mario, so it makes it significantly harder from what I have heard to do the wall jump. You'll see most players, if they're small going into 6-9, they may attempt the wall jump.
Oh, Cujo got the extra P-Wing in World 4. Thank you, Glib. Alright, we're going to see Lawso's attempt at getting the despawn of the nipper here. Oh, I think he missed it.
Yeah, he knows he missed it, I think.
Yeah, because so instead of... go ahead.
I was just going to say, he'll have to kill that Koopa and use his shell. That's... I think that's what Nintendo had planned, not the despawn strat, so...
Yeah, okay, I do recall Lawso's short of P-Wing, so...
He is going into the next level small, so... no, I'm sorry, he's... I'm completely backwards on who is who right now.
Okay, Lawso got the cloud, so he's... Hopefully the other bro is not going to be a dick, so... Thankfully moved away, because there will be some, like, during the screen transitions or so, like when the bros are moving around, sometimes the bro can land on Mario and there's like nothing you can do, like he'll just have to fight that bro automatically. So thankfully the bro went away from Lawso, so he doesn't have to fight that bro.
Unfortunately, Cujo going into this airship small, so we're not going to see any swag clips. And if he just made your heart stop right there, don't worry, there's actually a platform down there. The first time I saw someone do that and just overshoot that jump, I clinched so hard. But
can get pretty scary. Here we see Lawso go for the big H. Gets it.
He is going into the next level as Big Mario, so
I'm gonna see what he does here. Well, Cujo's entering Lemmy.
We're actually going to see Lawso play 6-10. Let's pay attention to the Lemmy fight really quick, though. Takes care of him pretty easily. That's one... You really want to be Big Mario coming out of this level because you want to be able to clip into the wall in 7-1, so...
Alright, so we see Lawso pick up the Fire Flower in 6-10. So that is an alternate strat to do if you're down a P-Wing. Alright, so Cujo's going to head into 7-1. How many tries do you think he'll get this clip?
I'm going for full mac and cheese here.
Full mac and cheese? I'm going to say 3.
Okay, well, I was wrong. Wow.
Called it.
Buy a lottery ticket, Supersonic. Today's... You've got the calls today, man.
Oh, man. Well, let's see what Lawso will get when he gets there. Alright, so while Lasso's entering the airship, Cujo's going into 7-2 and he's going to equip the star to get a P-speed setup here. Otherwise, you would have to play the intended way, where if you accidentally drop down to where that lonely Koopa that Cujo just passed, there's like invisible music blocks there, and you would have to like uncover those and then go back around and then just basically get through that way. So it's a lot slower. So it's easier to have P-speed in 7-2 with the star at the very beginning, and then just get through the level fairly easily.
You can also do a damage boost on one of the piranha plants earlier if you don't use a star there, but a lot easier to just use a star for sure. A lot less terrifying.
Exactly.
You don't want to play through the last section of that level with all those piranha plants. You don't want to play that small.
Alright, so Cujo getting through 7-3 fairly easily. Pretty straightforward level. Just as long as you keep P-speed, it's pretty easy. It's not that bad. It's gonna Cloud 7-4 here, which is a lovely auto-scroller in the water.
It's like people's two favorite things about 2D platformers: water levels and auto-scrollers put into one.
Is Lawso gonna go for a fire kill here?
He was going for it there. That's a tricky fire kill. You can bounce kind of weird off of Lemmy there, but...
Yeah, so he grabbed the wand at 3807. So Cujo has a pretty sizable lead here. While he progresses through... oh, there's Frank Z now.
Yeah, kind of hard to miss him on the full black screen.
Alright, so Cujo's gonna P-Wing in World 7-6 here.
Alright, how many tries from Lawso?
I'm gonna say... Let's go with 3 again.
I'm going 1 again then.
Oh.
Dang. Okay,
well... He gets it in 2, so neither of us get it.
Split the difference.
Second try for Lawso.
See, Cujo taking an intentional damage boost early in the level to lose his tail. And... making his way through the rest of the level with the star, bypassing the hammer suit there.
Alright, so Lawso's gonna take a damage boost here.
Yep, you can do a damage boost right there. Did he use a star going into that level? Oh no.
Oh no.
This is what we were talking about here.
Yeah, so now he has to play the intended route.
He's gonna actually stop here and get a mushroom.
Cujo's going for the clips in 7-9.
And meanwhile, Lawso going for a little clip here. Not getting it, though.
Wow, Cujo.
Dude, some buttery clips there.
Dang.
So I'm assuming this means he will cloud over the next level, which is the fortress. Or I guess he'll play the fortress and save his cloud for World 8 then. Or does he even... He should have another cloud if I'm correct.
Yeah, he's probably going to cloud 8 fort. So he's going to have to keep the fire flower the rest of the way.
Yeah, he'll have another chance. Good P speed movement there to get under that one tile gap and over the dry bones, keeping his fire to kill Boom Boom with.
Yeah.
Also taking a little bit of damage there.
7 Fort 2 is a very scary level to play, and a lot of people do decide to cloud that level and play through 8 Fort just so they can have a last chance to get the fire flower, because there aren't any more opportunities after that. But Cujo, being a legend that he is, just takes care of 742 fairly easily. It's very cool to watch as well, like how to get P speed in that level, since there's like very open areas for like the Ragu.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with the bottom of that level, it's kind of, because when you have P speed and you jump, it moves the screen camera with you. You're not seeing where you're going to land most of the time in that level. So if you don't know, if you're not familiar with exactly how big or small to make your jumps there, it can be a little bit terrifying. Cujo despawning the fire in the World 7 airship.
Now this airship does have 2 power-ups, and both of them are fire flowers, so in case anything happens beforehand, you can actually pick up the fire flower in this level. We see Lawso using the P-Wing in 7-6. See what he chooses to do. Like, he'll play 7-8 for sure, but we'll see if he goes the hamburger route. I don't know if he does or not. We'll find out.
Yeah, this World 4 airship was pretty long, 15 pixels per second. I don't know the speed of this one. I guess this is the speed of most of the airships, but it's twice as long as most of them. So this one actually takes more time than the World 4 airship does.
Yeah. And we did see that Lawso's foregoing the hammer shoot.
It's going to keep his tail through this level. I guess he's going to use it for a damage boost somewhere else.
I believe he's going to play 7-9, just fly above. That could be a possibility. We see Cujo entering Ludwig's area. No, it looks like he's going to pick the fire flower here. Okay. He's going to go for the clips. Gets one.
Looked like a pretty good jump on the second one. He gets it the second try.
Gets 3. Gonna get the last one. Having a little bit of trouble in this one, but manages to get through.
So about 4 for 10 on the clips there. Still not bad. Those clips can be pretty tough sometimes.
Alright, so we're now into World 8 for Cujo, heading into first of 4 auto-scrollers in this level. I call this auto-scroller land. That's pretty much what it is. Oh, Lawso got caught by the pixel there, manages to save it.
He's scaring me a little bit there, but...
Lawso, please, don't give me a heart attack, man. Oh,
take some damage there. So I would imagine we'll see him take some damage in this next room to get through it a little bit quicker than Cujo did, but he won't be able to do the fire kill on Boom Boom is the difference.
Yeah, so he'll have to do the 3 stomps here. Thankfully, he will be able to pick up the fire flower in the airship, so that shouldn't be much of an issue. So, World 8. Yeah, quite a world.
Yeah, if you came to this race to see auto-scrollers, boy, do I have good news for you. 2 very long auto-scrollers to start out World 8. You'll get to see a fast auto-scroller later in World 8. And then at the very end of World 8, right before Bowser's Castle, yet another auto-scroller, so... These auto-scrollers are a little bit more hectic than any other ones that have been in the game up to this point, though, so... Saw Cujo doing a little bit of a lag prevention strat with the bombs there.
Very nicely done. Normally, I would, like, if I were to play, like, 80% no wrong warp, which is the worst category, you would have the tail at that point, and you can just, like, use the tail whip to get rid of those bombs to reduce the lag. Did he get Boomerang Lister? I didn't catch that.
I also did not catch that.
Looks like he did.
You'll see the power-up block right below where Cujo just was. That actually has a fire flower in it. It's a little hectic to get. And I believe the only other fire flower in World 8 is in the third hand, which you don't want to play anyway, so...
Yeah, you can get a fire flower in the third hand, 8-1, and...
Is there one in 8-1?
Yeah, it's like the very start of the level. There's that power-up block right next to the pipe.
Right. That's kind of an awkward one to end up trying to get, but...
Yeah, usually...
about that one.
Yeah, usually if you were to die in 8-1 or somewhere, there's that power up there that sometimes people will get. It is slow, but it is a good option to have because it's usually not that easy to be small going into the later levels.
We'll see if Cujo does what we call a boat swag.
I don't think he believes in boat swag.
He's a non-believer in boat swag. I'm not a believer in boat swag either. The only time I did it, some people say it's for hand RNG manipulation. So you'll get less hands, maybe 0 hands even. Only time I've ever done it, I got 3 hands. So
I don't know. I've done the boat swag a couple times, and I think the most I've got was like 1 hand. Ooh, Cujo gets the first hand, which is the worst hand.
Easily the worst hand. Cujo having to watch out for the hammers there. Came pretty close to getting clipped by one of those hammers earlier in the level, but his cloud strat for the fortress is still intact. He's getting the second hand too. Hopefully not all 3.
Yeah, actually the second hand is the faster one, more shorter. So this would be the preferable hand to get if you were to get hands. Otherwise, yeah, it's much better to have 0 hands, obviously. But and he doesn't get the last one, so he gets 2 hands. Well, Lawso enters the first auto-scroller of World H. Cujo and the fast airship now.
Yeah, I don't know how many pixels per second this one is, but this is this airship that Cujo is in is excuse me, it can be pretty hectic for learning when you're first learning this game, especially at the end of you're about 50 minutes into a run, you get to this level. It's a lot easier with a power-up. If you go into it with small Mario, or just big Mario, it can be a little more hectic, but you should see both these players not have any trouble with it.
Alright, Glib is saying it's 60 pixels per second, so it's like 4 times as fast. Well, if you compare it to World 4 airship. But I guess normally they move at 30 pixels per second. So. And he does want to point out that Kirua did die in that level during the Warpless relay race last year at SGDQ.
Yeah, even the best can die in that level sometimes, so... Let's see, Cujo, get P-Speed in 8-1. Not easy at all to do. And makes it through 8-1 about as quickly as you can do, I think.
Gosh, that Franker Z on Lawso's screen... Like,
it's just staring into your soul now, isn't it?
It's creeping me out.
I think you've got to add a halo to that now. Yeah. Really should be a halo on Franker.
Yeah, even though it's creeping me out, it's cute at the same time.
I like it.
Yo, Cujo getting through 8-2 with P-Speed still intact. Getting rid of the piranha plants with fireballs, which is actually pretty tougher to do. It's actually more easier to get through that with the hammer suit, since you have a much bigger window to throw the hammers and killing the piranha plants.
We're going to see him use that cloud that he had left over to cloud over the fort, because he does have his fire flower intact here. So
Yep.
2 levels left, and he is on a really, really good pace here.
Yeah, it could be like a 52 at this point.
Yeah,
Mid to high 52.
Yeah, not quite PB pace for him, but still would be a very good time to have in a race. We're seeing he's a non-believer also, not only in Boat Swag, but in the Auglib Super Tank Strat TM. He's implementing it here about halfway through the level.
Lawso's going for Boat Swag. Yeah,
He's going for some Boat Swag, yep.
We're gonna take care of Boom Boom while Franker Z stares into our souls. Yet again. Now we see Cujo just standing to the right side of the screen. Well, for a moment. Now he's just kind of chilling. Lawso gets the first hand. Now, what is that strat that Auglib calls it? Day 1 affiliate super tank strat TM.
Something to do with his
Patented.
lawyers.
I know Patented's in there.
Patented TM, Auglib's lawyers, Day 1 affiliate. It's all there.
Glib's in the chat. He can tell us. It's a lot to remember.
The world famous patented Day 1 affiliate Auglib Super Tank Strat TM.
There we go.
That's it. Thank you, Raccoon Dog.
That's a mouthful.
Cujo getting the poor man's clip, or the everyman's clip.
Did Lawso just go into that hand on purpose?
I didn't notice.
Through it.
We're going to see Cujo make some quick work of Bowser here. Getting a good pattern from Bowser. Takes 35 fireballs.
Yeah, 35 fireballs.
He takes all 35 straight to the face. Cujo's going to finish with about a... I'm going to say...
52-15 maybe?
52-16.
Let's see.
52-14 on his splits. 52-16 in SRL. That is a big GG to Cujo.
Congratulations.
Really great race time.
I'm going to see Lawso get through the fast airship here. Wow, what a run by Cujo.
I believe, if I'm looking at this correctly, I think that is the 3rd fastest time of this tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so, because I know that Mitch got a 51 earlier in the tournament. And
Mitch got a 51. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, Horsehead put up a couple 52s. We see a 52 from Cujo. I think Cujo also had a low 53 in a previous race as well.
Horstad had a 52.11 and a 52.06, so this is the 4th best time of the tournament after some number of races, a lot of races that have happened, so that is pretty incredible.
I'm going to see Lawso get P-Speed in 8-1. Very nicely done. All right, so Lawso's going through. What's that?
I was just thinking the Speed Gaming crew for marking Cujo is done because we both forgot.
Oh, yeah.
More important things here, though. Lawso making it through with his fire here. Hopefully he remembers that he has a cloud.
So he could cloud 6 or 8 for it.
He remembers. So really a very similar route from both players through the whole race. The only thing I can think of is when, I guess, Lawso played 6-10. But meanwhile, we're joined by Cujo. Cujo, GG, great race, man.
Thanks, man. What a rush. That was a hell of a run, if I may say so. I really put my all into that one.
Yeah, very nicely done, man. I mean, you pulled off a lot of P-Speed strats and a lot of various levels, so it was really fun to watch and call this match.
Yeah, we were talking just a minute ago. I believe if we're looking at the tournament bracket right, that is just barely the 4th fastest time of the tournament, only a few seconds off the 3rd fastest time. So
it's too bad Mr. Cab jinxed me with those hands.
Oh gosh, it was either Mr. Cab or we've been told, I guess, by Oglib, you're not a big believer in the boat swag.
I don't know. It's never helped me in the past.
Yeah, it's never helped me either.
Jumps. I don't get it.
Oh goodness. So I don't think there were like very big mistakes in your run, really, except for getting the hands. But tell us about like what you thought of your run overall. Like, what did you like? What you didn't like? If there's something that you would want to work on for the next round coming up, floor is all yours.
Man, I've been really stressed out about my World 6 and 7 lately. I don't know. I just always seem to lose my runs there. So I practiced both of them a whole bunch before this race, and I really think it paid off. I had some really good World 6 and World 7.
Yeah, very nicely done. I did see that you were trying to go for the P-Wing, bro, in World 5. When you didn't get that and you just kept going, were your intentions like going into 610, or because I didn't really catch if you got the extra P-Wing until someone told me. But in case you didn't get that P-Wing, would you have played 610 at that moment?
Well, what actually happened first of all was I got the extra P-Wing in World 4, and so I didn't need to get the other one in World 5 at that point. I just needed to fight one Hammer Bro or the other, basically, since I didn't have the extra music box, because I already used it in World 4. But, I mean, assuming I had gotten through 4 and 5 completely without getting a P-Wing, I guess I probably would have gone with the 6-9 wall jump. I kind of practiced that a little bit, too. But, I don't know. There's not really any good options when that happens.
I see.
See, Lawso waiting on the door here for the casual 57.
Oh my gosh. Let me see Lawso finish with an SRL time of 57.06. Well, he has a 57.04 on his splits after waiting a good, 15-20 seconds or so.
Something like that.
But anyway, let's see. So in the next round, look going forward. So Cujo, you're going to face either Mitch or Chuck in the next round. What are your thoughts on the upcoming match?
And both of those guys are real competitors. Like, they're the real deal. Obviously, Mitch is the world record holder. He's the #1 seed. It's his tournament to lose. But at the same time, Chuck is a really strong racer. He's been doing this for years. I don't know. They're both pretty intimidating competition.
Yeah, regardless, it's going to be a very fun race to watch. Seeing like 2 high-tier caliber SMB3 players in this tournament remaining in the winner's bracket.
Yeah, big fan of watching both Chuck and Mitch. I can just imagine that should be a pretty close race no matter what. I hope it will be, at least. Definitely looking forward to the race after that, whichever one ends up facing you, Cujo. See, we could, I guess Mitch is the 1 seed. We could have a potential 1 versus 2 seed going into the semifinals, and that would be, right down to the numbers exactly how you'd expect it to be. Now, trying to get Lawso in here for an interview.
See if he's
Yeah, it looks like he just didn't get the invite to join the channel, but here he is. Lawso, the casual 57, GG.
Hey, what's up? Thanks, guys. Great run, dude. Cujo, congrats.
Thanks, man.
I kept telling people I didn't have a chance. Cujo was just going to drop like a 52 on me, and I was just going to be like, okay.
I mean, just looking at your races beforehand, you taking down Horstad, taking down, Calco the week before that. I know, it looked like you were having a pretty good Cinderella run.
Oh yeah, no, I knew my or my luck had to run out eventually. Like, I'm surprised I made it this far. If we're all being completely honest.
Well, you're not done yet. You're actually going to be. I mean, you know what the bracket looks like. You did set up this tournament, so.
You think I paid attention to that?
I don't know.
I'm the worst tournament organizer ever, man. Like, Glib and Chuck have been running this tournament. They just give me the credit. I don't know why, but...
Oh, goodness. But it will be a while until you race next time. So I think you have to wait about a couple of matches. Maybe 2 or 3 matches you have to wait until you race again. So you got a pretty good breathing room there. So
yeah, it looks like maybe I can learn how to do 4-1 by then. I don't know.
Yeah, speaking of 4-1, I know you like kind of went through a block earlier.
Yeah, 4-1 was just a stage that happened. Like, I messed up my strat, and like I knew I was behind Cujo. Like, I knew I could, like, I don't know. I guess I was just feeling like I needed to put up a good run, so I just did jumps that I wasn't sure of. So I'm just like, and I just basically jumped right into a pit. So.
Dang, man.
It happens.
It's quite a video game.
The Super Mario 3 is a video game on the Nintendo Entertainment System out of 10.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, you know, GG to both of you guys. It's been very fun to call this race with Esmo, and I hope to see more quality races from both of you going forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good luck in the next round, Cujo. I'll be rooting for you, unless you go up against Chuck.
Same to you, Lawso, for your next run.
Thanks, buddy.
That being said, I guess we can talk about a little bit about the schedule on Speed Gaming. It looks like in about 25 minutes on this channel, we're going to have a Link to the Past randomizer. Is that a tournament going on right now? It says OWG. Anyway, a Link to the Past randomizer coming up in about 25 minutes. Super Metroid coming up on Speed Gaming 3 about right now. And really a lot of Super Metroid across the Speed Gaming networks tonight. Looks like we're gonna have some Celeste as well on the docket tonight. No more Super Mario 3 tonight. I believe the next race is there one tomorrow?
I think there's one on Thursday. Let me double check the schedule here.
Yeah, Thursday is the next one at 3 p.m. between Windchuck Attacks and Mitch Flower Power, and then later that day we've got another race against Iabooba and Narfman, and then your race coming up on Friday against Stewie, Sonic.
Yeah, I'm gonna need all the luck I can get, pretty much, because Stewie's a very good racer. He has a much better PB in the game than I do. I really gotta work my butt off if I want to beat him. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen on that day. But as far as the other races go, I'm definitely looking forward to Mitch and Chuck, because 2 of the top Mario 3 runners that are still remaining, basically racing each other for a chance to move on and face Cujo in the next round. And that's going to be another awesome race to watch. So don't miss these races, folks. It's going to be very cool to watch.
It should be good. That being said, any final words from either of our runners?
Shoutouts to Franker Z.
RIP, shoutouts to Franker Z for sure.
Miss that guy.
Well, I guess if that is it, we can wrap it up here and send you guys on your way.
Okie dokie.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the race. We'll look forward to seeing you for the next one on Thursday at 3 p.m.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.